There's an intense manhunt underway in Mexico right now for the killers of an American immigration officer. Both U.S. and Mexican investigators involved. They're searching. They want to know who gunned down 32-year-old Jaime Zapata. And a colleague of his also was shot last Tuesday in northern Mexico. Miraculously, he survived. It was at point-blank range. The suspects are believed to be members of a drug cartel. If they're caught, how will these cold-blooded killers face justice? What about other Americans? Are they safe near the border? Joining us now, Texas Congressman Michael McCaul, chairman of the Homeland Security Oversight and Investigations Subcommittee. Thank you, Congressman, for being with us.
Thank you.
Not only in cold blood, they were unarmed. They were gunned down. We don't know who did it. There's a belief that it's part of the drug cartel. That's probably likely. What happens next?
Well, let me say first, this was an intentional ambush against U.S. law enforcement. They identified themselves as American diplomats, and the response was rapid fire from an AK-47. 83 shell casings were found at the scene of the crime. This is a real game changer because historically, the cartels have not gone after U.S. law enforcement. What happened this week changes the rules of the game, and I believe the United States needs to respond in a very, very forceful manner to these very dangerous drug cartels. These individuals need to be hunted down, extradited to the United States, and have swift justice.
There actually was a response from the government a month after Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano canceled plans for the virtual fence along the border. There's a new government report that came out that says less than half of the 2,000 miles that separate the U.S. and Mexico are operationally controlled by the Border Patrol. Is that enough?
No, it's not enough. I asked her point blank. She said that the border was not out of control. And I said, well, when about 60%, according to Border Patrol, is not under operational control, my assumption is that it is out of control. And I think this administration needs to take this issue, particularly in light of the U.S. law enforcement's killing, to put more resources down on the border, more technology, more manpower, and also provide more military assistance in Mexico to eradicate these very dangerous drug cartels.
And I want to remind people, because I've been down there, and it's not just drug cartels, it's potential terrorists that can cross. It's that easy to, and they're armed too, and they want to hurt Americans. We really need to take this seriously. You obviously are. President Obama, to his credit, has added to the budget for the next fiscal year $300 million increase from last year. Is that enough?
No, it's not enough. And we also passed a bill in the Congress to provide more military assistance to Mexico, and only 25% of that has been spent and gone to the intended purpose because the State Department's been bottlenecking this up with their bureaucracy. I think this is one of the biggest priorities, is right south of our border, our neighbor next door. To give you some perspective, since 2006, since President Calderon declared war, over 35,000 people have been killed at the hands of the drug cartels. I personally went down to El Paso to the El Paso Intelligence Center, and I was not allowed to go into Juarez. You know, I've been to Pakistan, to Afghanistan, and yet 6,000 people have been killed in Juarez. And I was told, Congressman, it's not safe enough for you to go down there. We have to do something about it.
You say it's a game changer. I don't know. We've talked about this for so long, trying to get border security, yet our border agents who brave this every day can't carry weapons. Is that part of what should change?
This is another ridiculous example. 1990, the rules were, agreement was worked out that our law enforcement cannot carry weapons in Mexico under the Mexican government's rules. I think that needs to be changed. We can't send our men and women down there to assist them in this war and then let them be completely defenseless. That's something that I'm going to hold hearings on. I think that's a policy that certainly needs to change.
Congressman, I'd like to have you back to monitor those hearings. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you very much.
Eric.
Jamie, the president